Hello there, and welcome to another Level 3 UIM Skiller Ramble, Rant, Progress Update, whatever you want to call it. Number 2. Here we go. Once again, going to be completely unedited and uncut. Just going to do this in one take, so if you hear any background noise, a drink, whatever, you can just throw me on your second monitor, get back to escaping. In the background, I'm just going to be running Relica Rooftop Laps. We're currently up to... just did 1,700 laps just before this video started, so there we are. So, it's been about 2 months. I know in the last progress update I did say I do the monthly, but here we are, 2 months later. No big deal. I'm not going to hold myself to any standard, but I will provide somewhat consistent updates if the progress is there and it warrants a progress video. So, that being said, right off the bat, I have decided to change my name. I believe in the last video I was Ratish. I then switched to Half Wipe. And now I am Bad Liar. So probably going to stick with Bad Liar for the foreseeable future. So if anyone is trying to add me in-game or look me up or whatever, that's the in-game name going forward. Bad Liar, UIM level 3. So let's take a look at our playtime and stats. I believe the first video was 100 hours of the progress. We are now up at 7 days, 16 hours. I don't know how many more hours that is than the last time, maybe like 60 or 70. It's hard for me to do the math, but I'm not actually sure. Either way, here's the stat update. And I have my old stats from the last video pulled up. So as you can see, it's not an insane amount of progress, but we'll get to that shortly once I get into like the real life section of the Ramble. But here is the little stat update. So we'll kind of go skill by skill and just kind of tell you guys what I've been up to. So RC hasn't really changed. Construction has changed a little bit. We'll come back to that. Agility, we are now level 85. We were at level 77 before. So in the last video, I was at level 77 just trying to get some marks of grace to color my graceful. I did that successfully. I have the light blue graceful stored in the POH. And now I just kind of run laps when I feel like it. It's like the easiest thing for me to do when I'm doing something on my second monitor, just like watching something. And I enjoy agility. It's not the most efficient thing. Like it'd be better if I was doing like farm runs paired with my agility, but to be honest, just don't really care. I'm just here to click the green boxes, So we're up to level 85. I've considered potentially going to like Brimhaven and green logging that, as well as the Varlamore agility and green logging that, just because I am interested in also some collection logs. The Varlamore thing I've never done before. I know there's like an item you can buy with the currency to get like a transmog for your squirrel pet, which I don't have yet. But I'm wondering, and if anyone knows, please let me know. If I were to just buy that, can I like use it without having the pet? And then if I were to get the pet in the future, I have the metamorphosis option on my pet? Or can I not actually buy and use the item until I have the pet already, if that makes sense? Like if I were to grind out a green log, I'd also want that item, but if I can't use it yet, there's really no point going there until I have the pet. Otherwise, I just have to keep that thing in my inventory pretty much forever, right? So that's kind of my question, if anyone knows, or if that made any sense at all. Anyway, moving on to Herblore, we've gained like a level just off random lamps. Thieving is a big one. We went from 53 to 72. Now, I did the quest to unlock Varlamore. I believe it's called Children of the Sun or something. And I learned about wealthy citizens. And that might be my new favorite thieving method. In fact, it is by far not even close my new favorite thieving method. It is so AFK and brainless. It's actually decent money. Like, it's nothing crazy. My cash stacks up to like 1.2 mil from doing like 18 levels at Wealthy Citizens. But I really enjoyed the Trickster Relic in the League. The fact that they basically put that into the main game is just mind-blowing to me. It's actually like a decent XP rate of like 60k per hour too, which is actually pretty good. So I can actually see myself doing that method all the way to 99, because once we get 99 thieving, we can actually do Master Farmers a lot easier than it would be to do it right now. So that's probably going to be like my AFK to 99 thieving. To be honest, that's probably my new favorite method in the game. Crafting, got one random level. I don't even know what this was from, to be honest. Just cutting Oh, I do know what it is from. It's from cutting gems. Once I got to 64, I went ahead and got the Xerix Talisman at Stone's Chests, or whatever they're called, and I brought a chisel with me. That way I could cut the gems, so I got one crafting level while doing that. I believe I got like up to level 70 from 64 doing stone chests. So it did take a while to get my Xerix Talisman, but not the end of the world. We finally got that thing, and we can always go back in the future for more fangs whenever we run out of teleports. I don't even think I've used a single teleport just yet. Fletching we'll kind of circle back to, but we did go from level 1 to 27. Hunter, I gained 3 levels. So I randomly one day just decided to go do aerial fishing. I don't know why I had the urge to do aerial fishing, but I did. And about 5 minutes in, I got myself the golden tench. Guess I can show you on the collection log here. What's it even under? Probably other. Look at that, right at the top. Aerial fishing, got the golden tench, literally 5 minutes in. I stayed for a little bit. I got a couple, like 3 hunter levels and like 2 fishing levels maybe. And then I just said, you know what, screw aerial fishing, this sucks. I'm gonna come back and green log this in the future. Once I have higher fishing and hunter, that way I can actually, 1, get better XP, and 2, get pearls faster. So there was really no point in me going there. I just randomly spooned a golden tench, and it is now being stored in the POH. Mining. Went from level 47 to level 66. I went ahead and did the Prospector outfit at Motherlode Mine. No real reason, but it got me up to level 66. And now that is also being stored in the POH, so any mining grinds we do in the future, we have the outfit for. Smithing, I got 1 level, probably from repairing the wheel at Motherlode Mine. I don't even remember, to be honest. Fishing and cooking. We were previously at 44 fishing, 35 cooking. So I got a little bit of XP from the aerial fishing golden tench. After that, I bought a couple of feathers and just did like some AFK barb fishing in Barbarian Village. Or not barb fishing, fly fishing, where that everlasting fire is, and just got up to these stats for no reason in particular. I just felt like fishing one day. That's pretty much where we're at with that. Then we have fire making and wood cutting. So fire making is going to obviously be paired in with fletching, construction, and wood cutting. I've done, I believe, 4 Wintertod KC at this point. I actually haven't done Wintertod since they changed the minigame, but you no longer need food. You can just use the potions that are available there that you heal the Pyromancer with. You can also heal yourself, so very convenient for UIM. You also don't get the reward crates anymore. You get like a reward cart similar to like Temperos or Guardians of the Rift, where you can kind of just build up your rewards and then loot them whenever you want. So I haven't looted anything yet. I think I have like 120 permits to loot, but I'll probably save them up until I'm ready to process them rather than looting after every KC and then having my inventory get filled up with random garbage. But yeah, so I did, I think I did 1 mass game, then I did 3 solo games. The cool thing about the solo games is now is there's no point limit. So previously, like 13,500, I think it was the highest amount of rolls you can get. So there was no reason to ever get any more points than that. But now you can basically just go however long you want. So I think I did 1 game at like 18k points. I think I did another game at like 6k points. I think I'm just kind of doing whatever I want to. I just kind of end the game when I don't want to play anymore. So I've done like 3 solo KC. I have like 120 something permits to loot eventually. But we'll probably stack that up to like above 500. Until I can hopefully get like a full pyro outfit in like one looting session. That way we can actually store it and withdraw it. Because for anyone that doesn't know, you can store pieces of the outfit in your POH, but you cannot actually withdraw your outfit unless there's a full set in there. So if you store something and it's not a full set, it is basically trapped in there until you actually get the full set. So that's Wintertod. And farming, we went from level 40 to 62. It was just all done at Tithe Farm. Pretty much right after I made my last progress update, they added seed packs to Tithe Farm. I haven't bought any yet, but I have a lot of points. And that's honestly going to be a pretty decent way for me to get seeds because I'm going to be doing a lot more Tithe Farm in the future. So I'm actually, that's probably a good update for my account build, so not too bad. So overall, we went from 669 total level to 822. Nothing super crazy, to be honest. In 2 months, especially, like that's not a ton of total levels, right? A lot of that time has obviously been spent on agility, but overall, I just haven't been playing a ton. And we'll get into that more a little bit after I take a drink of water here. So, what have I been up to in the past couple of months outside of the game? Because obviously that's been my in-game progress. In terms of real-life progress, I have been, pretty much since the week of Halloween last year, I've been working overtime every single week at my job, other than 2 weeks. So that's been, what, like 6 or 7 months of overtime, other than 2 weeks within that period. So I've been working a lot, which I don't mind, because the money's been good, but obviously that cuts into my playtime. Not the end of the world, as obviously my priority is to make money. And this is just kind of my hobby, so that's one reason why I haven't really been playing. The other is I have other hobbies outside of this game, you know? I do play some trading card games. For anyone that doesn't know, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I do that like once or twice a week. It's usually on the weekends, so pretty much my weekends are filled up with that. So I don't play RuneScape too much on the weekends. And I'm slowly preparing for the North American World Championship qualifier taking place in July. So I'm kind of preparing for that, which has also cut into my RuneScape time. So there's that. Other than that stuff, we are, you might notice that I'm in an echoey room. I don't know if it sounds like that on the recording, but there's a big echo in this room right now. And that's because the room that my PC setup is in is completely empty other than my setup. And the reason for that is my fiance and I are expecting a child due early November is the due date. So going to be a father Freeman, you know? So that's the big exciting news in my life. So we're slowly kind of getting our house in shape to prepare for a child. So the room that my PC is currently in with nothing else in it is going to be the nursery. So we're basically transforming my, this would have been my gaming room or whatever you want to call it, basically our spare bedroom of our house, into the nursery. So the setup will be moving eventually, but for now it is sitting in this empty room. So that's what's exciting in my life. So obviously that's going to cut into the playtime big time come, early November, whenever the baby's born. Going to be a lot of AFK grinding on mobile with any free time I have left. And yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in my life. Other than that, I also have a YouTube channel that I've grew to about 190,000 subscribers. So I actually have a YouTube play button sitting right next to me, which is actually a crazy accomplishment. It was like a life goal of mine as like a teenager in high school and like early college days, seeing people with this YouTube play button. And it's actually a little bit surreal that I was able to get one myself. I can't lie. So I've got a YouTube channel with 190 something thousand subscribers. I was actually doing that last year into early this year as well. I haven't really been uploading on it since. It's basically just a brain rot YouTube Shorts channel. Nothing crazy or high effort at all. I was basically just, hey, this is super easy. Make a little bit extra side money. I got a YouTube play button out of it with my name on it. What more could I ask for, you know? So I'm not really doing that so much anymore just because it kind of died off and it was cutting away at my time and I wasn't really enjoying it a lot. And I kind of got what I wanted out of it. It's not like the money was crazy. Like, just because you have a lot of subscribers doesn't mean you make millions of dollars, you know, especially if you're only uploading shorts. Shorts do not pay a lot for anyone that doesn't know. But I got the YouTube play button. It was always like a goal of mine. So I'm kind of happy to say I did that. So that's been really cool. So that's kind of what's been going on. In terms of kind of goals for my RuneScape account here, let me take another sip of water. We'll get into some goals. So, obviously we're going into summertime. It's getting nicer here in Canada. Much better than the minus 40 Celsius days we were experiencing just a few months ago. So playtime for me is going to be a little lower in the summer for sure. But nonetheless, I do have goals. And I like to set kind of short-term goals to not burn myself out. Because if I just set the goal of maxing this build, then I'll never get there. And that's kind of my mentality. So kind of my side passive goal is agility. Just kind of slowly working on agility whenever I don't really feel the urge to work on anything else. It's just kind of like my favorite skill and will likely be one of my first 99s, if not the first. Again, not the most efficient thing to do, but I'm just kind of doing the skills I want rather than worrying about efficiency on this build. I think the efficient thing to do would be like get my farming and herb runs set up well and be doing that often, since herb lore is going to take years probably. But I just don't care, to be honest. So agility is kind of my passive goal. I'd like to get 77 RC before the baby's born. I'm kind of setting my goals to like get AFKs set up for when the baby's born. Kind of weird, but that's kind of how I'm thinking about it now. So 10 RC levels in the next like 5 months is very doable at GOTR. I could probably do it in like a week if I just, grind it out. So 77 RC in the somewhat near future. And other than that, probably just AFKing Wealthy Citizens. Like I said, I think I'm going to go all the way to 99 at Wealthy Citizens. Sounds crazy, but I enjoy the method. It's AFK. Good for my play style. And then when I feel like actively playing the game, if it's not GOTR, it's going to be solo Wintertods. Mainly for the con levels and the fletching levels, because I really don't want to train these skills outside of Wintertod, to be honest. And I do intend on going past 99 firemaking, which is the reason why I plan to do a lot of solos. I'll probably do some mass games eventually, but the big goal eventually is to get as many crafting and, construction and fletching levels out of Wintertod as I can, all while going for a Dragon Axe. I think a Dragon Axe on a level 3 UIM is like my longest term goal that I currently have. It would just be kind of a huge flex. It would just be cool to have, man. I don't know. So that's kind of my long-term goal. GOTR is kind of like my short-term active goal. And then my kind of 2 AFK goals, I'll say, are agility and thieving. Every other skill is kind of on the back burner for now, to be honest. I'm not doing birdhouse runs. Not really doing any of that. That's not to say that none of these skills will be increased by the next time I make a Ramble video. Like, they might get a couple levels here and there. But that's just kind of what I plan to work on in the next month or two before I make a new Ramble update. So with all that being said, that's pretty much where we're at. Here's the inventory. Obviously, we don't have a whole lot going on. We have these 445 marks of grace that I don't know what to do with. Is there a way, like, can I turn these into amylase crystals and just sell them to a shop for GP? Or should I just drop them? I don't really know, to be honest. If I could get some GP out of them, that'd be great. Otherwise, they're kind of just soaking up an inventory slot. There's probably a few more graceful recolors I can get, but there's going to be so many marks of grace that I get in my future that there's no real rush on getting those. So if there's a way to convert these to GP, someone let me know. Is there a way for me to, like... I don't think I've really done a lot in the collection log. Obviously, we still have no pets. Wintertod, does it show any rewards I have? No. Okay, so I've done 6 KC, actually. I thought it was 4, it's 6. But it doesn't say how many I, like, have waiting, so I have to claim them first. So maybe in the future we'll be able to see that. Oh, while we're kind of on the topic of there really is no topic, it's just a Ramble video. What are you saying, man? The mini games for this account are actually going to be kind of clutch. And just for UIM in general, I'm thinking mainly GOTR, Temperos, and Wintertod. The fact that I can just let my rewards build up and then loot them when I'm ready to deal with it is kind of big, I can't lie. Because if I had to deal with the rewards after every round, it would just be very annoying. On that same note, I did get up to 750 total level, which allows me to do LMS, which means I need 1 point to get a looting bag. So I did LMS. I think I have 2 points total. And I'm hoping I only ever need 2 looting bags. Let me just say that. I am terrible at PvP. The only 2 kills I got is because I spawned in and my first fight was against someone that was AFK. Whether that's a bot or a real player that's actually AFK, don't know, but I won the fight. I have 2 kills, and that's pretty much that. So I have 2 points. I haven't actually purchased the looting bag yet. I won't really do that probably until I think I need it, like when I'm looting Temperos or Wintertod kind of thing. But yeah. And kind of on the same note as a looting bag, I also have enough points to redeem a seed box and an herb sack. Herb sack I can't actually purchase until I have 58 herb lore, I don't know if I'll ever have a use for an herb sack, to be honest. But the seed box I'll definitely buy in the future. Just no real need for it yet until I do like a big master farmer grind. And I guess the last thing to kind of talk about is quests. There's a couple of quests that would be pretty major for me to unlock, and they're kind of tied to poison dynamite and rings of recoil. So I think I need like 3 more farming levels to start doing belladonnas for poison dynamite. And I think the best way for me to get seeds is to thieve master farmer. And then I think I need like 62 hunter or something like that to get the magpies for rings of recoil. So once I get the stats and enough of those 2 items, I can do the feud, I'm thinking. The feud is a big one because it unlocks the rune shop for me to eventually sell my blood rune stack to, since I'll be doing a lot of blood rune crafting in the pretty distant future, but it would just be something nice to unlock sooner than later, just to not have to worry about it. Then the other thing for me to unlock would be Lost City. That way I can actually unlock cosmic runes at GOTR. But honestly, other than those 2 quests, I don't think there's a whole lot of questing for me that I care about enough, at least, that will require combat. Like, there's still some quests I have to do. Stuff like Eagle's Peak to get a box trap. Just kind of like random quests like that, but nothing that really requires combat. So I guess just adding on to like my long-term goal, poison dynamite and the feud. That's like the big one. Lost City I can honestly do without. The feud I just need to unlock. So whether that'll be before the next progress video, I doubt it. But that's kind of just always in the back of my mind. Like, I need to do this quest, I need to do this quest eventually. But to be honest, even if I start the Blood RC grind before that quest is done, not a big deal. I don't know if GP will be like a big concern for me on this account. The only skills that I could see needing GP are going to be Con. But if I do most of it through Wintertodt anyway, while I'm going for the Dragon Axe, I think the con costs will be reduced pretty significantly, especially if I go pretty dry on the axe. And then I think smithing will be the other sort of buyable skill. Other than that, I guess fletching. But really, what else do I need to spend GP on? Like maybe crafting? But a lot of my crafting levels are going to come through RC. I don't know. Like, even if I don't unlock the proper shop, I don't know how much like GP is going to be a concern on my account build. Could be very wrong, but I just don't. I can't see far enough into the future for me to know that that's going to be a problem. But anyway, that's been my progress report update. The date is May 26th. Video's been about 23 minutes, so I'm going to deem that as a good enough update. See you guys again in, you know, a month, maybe 2 months. My birthday's coming up on June 9th, so 2 more weeks, I think from today, actually, till my birthday. So it's going to be 31. So that's kind of exciting. Maybe we'll just play RuneScape all day, you know? You never know. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. You can always message me in-game if you're interested in my account build or just catching up a little bit. And we'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.